All right. So over here, this is on videogameschronicle.com. Warner Brothers CEO says Mortal Kombat 12 is coming this year, 2023. Fighting sequels announced during an earnings call on Thursday. Speaking during the call, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav mentioned the previously unannounced sequel by name and claimed it would release this year. There's lots more to come, including the highly anticipated Mortal Kombat 12 and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Games also set for release this year with ambitious launch projections. So, yeah. Now, and I'll post a link in the description just so you guys can go check that out, right? My favorite fighting game is Mortal Kombat, like 100%, right? But there have been a lot of problems with Mortal Kombat, as far as I'm concerned, over recent years. Lots of problems, you know, and sort of like I'm gonna get excited, you know, when I first see something, or I'm not, right? Because, like, you know, I know the MK team, like, you know, obviously want to sort of keep this under wraps, although at the same time, it's I mean, like, you know, Stevie Wonder could see that we're going to be getting a new MK game. The only thing really is that it just got confirmed for this year, okay? And, you know, I see all these channels, these fighting game channels going, oh my god, you know, it's been so dry, what do we talk? We finally can talk about video. Listen, man, there are fighting games everywhere, right? Maybe just not the ones that are constantly being released or being talked about, like, say, the upcoming Street Fighter 6, you know, Tekken 8, Grand Blue Fantasy versus, what's it called? Rising? Right? Whatever it was called. I did a video on it. I was just trying to remember the name. Versus Rising, yep, right. And that's like, so they're the modern day fighting games, right? And then you get some obscure ones that have popped through on PC or other consoles that don't get advertised or whatnot. Like, say, the latest Melty Blood, you know, didn't really get a whole lot of attention, but it's a solid fighting game. And then you go back to games like this, where we can talk about, you know, all these old fighting games and stuff like that. And these channels, you know, act like finally they, you know, they got something to talk about. This is the specific reason why I built Fate the way it is, okay? I don't care about how big the views are. To me, there's always going to be content in regards to fighting games, right? I have series that I've already started, and I haven't done much in the last few months just because we've had some personal stuff happening, and that's been really sort of draining. But, you know, everything from, you know, analyzing fighting game stances to special moves to all sorts of stuff. You can just, like, come up with so much stuff, right? Without doing clickbait, but I can't stand clickbait rubbish, right? There's a few of them out there too, you know. And so I giggle at that prospect. It's like, oh, we can finally talk about Mortal Kombat again. It's like, yeah, well, yeah, the latest one, right? And I have misgivings, I do. Like, I'm a huge MK fan, but, you know, unlike a certain portion of the community where I just go, well, you know, it's got a logo on the box of Mortal Kombat, it's gonna be great. No, I don't have that mentality. The movie was garbage. The 2021 movie was absolute filth. Rubbish. Just rubbish, right? You know, and I will say this forever. MK Legacy TV series was the closest we got to an authentic modern day retelling of Mortal Kombat, right? Because at least it stuck to the story to a large degree, you know. And I feel ashamed that an Australian director, you know, or whoever it was, you know, who did the MK 2021 movie, goes, oh, I know the law, I'm going to respect the law. No, you didn't, man. You cut it out. You just made up your own fan fiction rubbish, to a degree, right? So I have a lot of misgiving, like, not misgiving, I have a lot of worries, I suppose, you know, with MK12. I've done videos on here about what I hope it is, and I just hope it's an MK Armageddon 2.0 or a Trilogy 2.0, right? Now, back in the earlier part of last year, we talked about the possibility of some of these rumors being true. I covered them, and they sounded pretty cool, but they are rumors and we don't know, right? The Mortal Kombat story is garbage now. I'm sorry, it just is. Like, you know, all this retconning stuff, you know, changing characters to fit, you know, socio-political climates and things. Man, it's just stop. You know, like, it's just, you know, and that's why I don't, you know, that's why, like, some of the MK fans, you know, I said there's, like, there's two camps, right? And the camps, one camp is like, it's got a logo, I'll love it, no matter what. It could be a piece of poo, and it's got a logo on it, they'll love it. And then you got the other side of it that's like me, where it's like, you know, I love MK, but I'm not going to grease your wheels. If it's garbo, I'm going to call it out, right? So, I guess, you know, like, I'm hoping that it's just a massive roster. One of the early rumors from the early of last year was it being like a trilogy or an Armageddon 2.0. It was going to incorporate MK9, MK10, and MK11 with a bunch of like older characters coming back. Again, rumored, you know, sort of somebody's imagination going, yeah, I'd love to see that, which, hey, I would as well. You know, because I think we're at that point. We're at that point now, right? We got Deadly Alliance, you know, if we're going 3D era, we got Deadly Alliance, and then we got Deception, which grew in roster, and then Armageddon, and Armageddon was perfect, you know, for like getting everyone in there, you know. And then MK9 was a wonderful, it was like a trilogy reboot in full 3D, right? Which was fantastic, amazing. So I'd love to see. So I think we're ready. I think we're ready for that now, right? It's been long enough, because if you consider that MK9 came out in 2011, and then MK10, and then MK11. So MK11 what came out 2019? So I think it was it 2019, or was that the last piece of DLC? Right. Yeah, it was released in 2019, right? And then the following year they released Ultimate. So, you know, like, I kind of, I believe where it's time to get a trilogy Armageddon roster. Just throw everyone in there, or at the very least, throw everyone in there from MK9 forward, and then bring back, you know, some, you know, and just continue to bring back characters until you create Armageddon 2.0. Your initial release doesn't have to have every character. That's what we got DLC packs for. But, for God's sake, can you please, some of you MK fans out there, stop asking for guest characters? Right? Every time you put a guest character in a Mortal Kombat game, it takes up a slot for an MK character that could have come back. Right? I hate it. I just hate guest characters in my fighting games. Like, it's just lame. I don't like it in any fighting game. Right? I hate it when they put stupid Negan in Tekken 7. Right? Or the dude, like the what's his name, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. You know? Like, I just, like, I don't know, maybe I just prefer my Mortal Kombat or my fighting game to just have characters from that realm, right? I'm pretty sure, I'm going to go out a limb here and say that I'm pretty sure Street Fighter hasn't done that. Street Fighter still pulls from characters within the Capcom universe, right? Mortal Kombat can do the same, you know? We got Mugen projects that are pulling more Mortal Kombat characters from the MK universe than the official team. What does that tell you? Right? You know, I cover some of these projects on here. Well, not some, a lot. Right? And I will continue to do so. Okay. So that's my, I am worried. Like, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know it's a big negative Nancy, and I get that, you know. You want to go see someone sit there with soy face, you know, and all that, you know, garbage, like, go somewhere else, right? But I am, you know, I've been with Mortal Kombat since the beginning. I'm 45 years old. Okay. I love Mortal Kombat, but I will not sit here like with anything and just say it's wonderful just because it's got a logo on the box. I just won't, right? And I have a lot of worries because MK11 was a pile of garbage. It was. The hitboxing and fighting engine is so rubbish. Like, you know, just like you go play a Japanese fighting game and then you come back to MK11 and MK11 feels like it's running on assisted living. Okay? Like it's awful. Okay? They have turned Mortal Kombat from being this mystical Asian martial art, you know, tournament and whatnot into this just gore porn. You know? I've talked about it at length with other videos, but essentially, you know, they basically thought, oh, we'll just give everyone gore because that's what they only want. No, we don't. We want you to leave characters and their storylines alone. We want you to expand, not retcon because some people on Twitter don't like how a character's portrayed, or you're trying to like get those extra 3 likes from, you know, Twitter weirdos. Just leave it alone, man. You know, that's why I get apprehensive. Like, I'm excited for the official announcement and stuff and what we see, but I'm also 50% as well apprehensive. Because MK11, rubbish. You know, everything. Almost everything in that game I couldn't stand because it just goes against most of what Mortal Kombat has existed in the space prior. Right? Like, it... Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll post a link in the description. Let me know what you think. I am excited, don't get me wrong. It's just, well, you know, I just worry. I also worry about it as well. You know, and I know people will say, well, worry about it when it happens, and that's fine. Like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's just a bloody fighting game. But at the same time, you know, like, I want to just be like, man, I cannot wait. And the last time I felt like that for Mortal Kombat was when Mortal Kombat 9 was coming out, right? Mortal Kombat 9 was the, like, you know, the last time I felt major excitement for an MK game before that was Trilogy, right? When Trilogy was coming out, I'm like, oh my god. Armageddon was pretty good, actually, although I was getting over the 3D era, but now, given times past, I'm actually more appreciative of the 3D era, sticking closer to MK than MK11, right? So, I do love big rosters, but I think we're at a point where we need everyone in there, right? So no MK combatant is left behind, right? Don't give a crap about the story, you know, because it's just going to be more, you know, full motion, like, not full motion, that's old school talk, you know, just lots of rendered cutscenes and, you know, rubbish, fight, rubbish, fight, you know, it's like, meh, whatever, like, I don't care. Don't waste all the budget on that rubbish in voice acting and crap. Just give it a great, massive roster fighting Mortal Kombat game. That's all I want. So, anyway guys, catch you next time.